In the late 1970s and well into the 1980s, quality programs became big with American manufacturers. These programs were usually initiated at the top of an organization and pushed down to the shop floor. They focused on manufacturing processes and therefore emphasized standards and measurements. Initially, they produced positive results, but in many cases, once the big improvements had been made, these programs faltered.
It's easy to start things in many cases that look terrific on paper. The challenge that organizations face is building an operating culture, an organizational culture, a mindset, a management philosophy, a workforce attitude around those processes that sustain continuous improvement, that sustain customer-driven behavior, and that truly sustain people that are thinking about improving an operation at all levels, that everything potentially could be on the table as a vehicle for organizational improvement.
Ironically, many companies with very efficient manufacturing systems failed in their improvement efforts. The reason was simple. They didn't involve all their people in the process. Today's business environment is hyper-dynamic. Markets change, customer needs change, and business strategies change. In order to stay competitive, manufacturing organizations must change too. But change is hard.
In many cases, the resistance to change or the ability to do business differently comes from frontline supervisors who are in many cases already very busy or potentially threatened, or who are mandated, you will change, and they receive very little help in their attempts to change and do things a little bit differently. So to build a culture, an organization's culture around the notion of continuous improvement, it means that that organization really has to be willing to unlearn habits very quickly. If the people at the top of the organization empower their managers, support their managers, coach their managers, train their managers, and encourage them, that increases the likelihood that each progressive layer in the hierarchy will become more effective at supporting the notion of continuous improvement.